is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A huge play there right off the bat. 53 yards.
19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Running with the fullback, Alex Arma. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. On 2nd and 13. Marino. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 13 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Try and throw forward with Marino. He's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Barreling in for the sack, Elvis Dumerville. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a gain of 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive because, Brandon, When guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
12 more yards there and another first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll drop to throw. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. That catch good for only a couple.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice short tackle.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. 1st and goal from the 3. And Jackson throwing once more. Escaping the pressure right. That's a touchdown for the Jets. A 3-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Well, I'd have to say that for him,
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw it forward. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point. I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Marino. That'll be caught by Rice. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. McCaffrey. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now, meanwhile, Marino with the incomplete pass. It was knocked away. He was looking for the great one, Jerry Rice. And that'll bring up second down. This is McCaffrey. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 37 yards. And the Panthers have tied this game up. They can take the lead with the extra point.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now Austin Eckler on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Jackson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
For Tyreek Hill.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
Trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. That's out to the left flat and complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down. 7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10. Out of the gun, it's Marino. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers add on to their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Tyreek Hill set to return it. And he returns this to the 22.
The Jets take over at 1st and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the gun, Jackson. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. That's to McCaffrey, complete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Here's Eckler to return it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this in intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. From 17 yards out. And the Jets are within a 2-point conversion of tying this thing up. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Rolling to his left. He'll run it, and he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. Here we go. Let's get it. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Tackled by Jeremy Chin. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, Marino. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's Marino. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Atlanta, Georgia's the spot, and glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action, 2nd and 10. this up. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Elvis Domerville able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
44-yard line.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
It seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Marino here from the gun. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Stephon Gilmore able to break that one up.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. Back now in Atlanta. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns, but also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it 2 ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
1st and 10.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. This is something that we've seen from Lamar Jackson since back in his Louisville days. He can be so dangerous with the RPO.
Yeah, and whoever designed the RPOs, it's almost like they had a guy like Lamar Jackson in mind because of his ability to do everything. He can tuck it and throw it. He can tuck it and run it. He can hand it off inside when he gets the right read. Bottom line is most teams want him to hand it off because when he takes off and goes, he can break down a defense.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
A gain of 5.
Which drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Back to throw. They'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 24-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. Hits 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And that's complete to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Steps away, and he's going to keep it. And this is caught. For a moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. The penalty yards marched off as they'll try again on 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. But now it's 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. That's going to wind up incomplete. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. This will be caught at about the 6. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina, and they were spurred on by a strong performance.